welcome back to my channel. I'm Bree if you're new here, and today's video obviously is another cooking video. In my last video I told you guys we're not going to be doing dessert. The next video is going to be an actual meal. I just wanted to show you guys what I've recently purchased. It is Black Panther, the official Wakanda cookbook. Because they have so many things to cook, I don't know what to do. Okay, so I think instead of me trying to choose and look through everything, all the recipes, I think it'll be more fun if I let a number generator pick what we're gonna cook today. I inserted all the numbers and I excluded all the dessert recipes. Also, I excluded the sauces, condiments, little section as well, because what fun will that be to just make a sauce? We're gonna spin page 47. Oh! Okay! So page 47 is beef samosas. So this is what it looks like. Okay, so this falls under market food. It says beef samosas. Samosas are one of the most common snacks seen on menus across Wakanda. It was not until I began to work for the royal family and left home that I learned that they are also traditional in India and Pakistan. Through travel and food, I have been able to see how the world is connected, and the tiny glimpses of Wakanda are everywhere, as my auntie Bahia told me. Okay, so it says the difficulty is medium, prep time is 10 minutes, cook time is 20 minutes, the yield is 10 servings, and then the dietary notes are non-dairy. For the ingredients, I'm going to need a tablespoon of peanut oil, which I don't have, 1 medium carrot, small diced, I do not have, 2 celery stalks, small diced, 1 small yellow onion, small diced, I don't have either of that, 1 small russet potato, small diced, I don't have that, a pound of ground beef, I don't have that, a 1/4 cup of lemon juice, I do have that, 1 teaspoon of ground ginger, I have that, 1 teaspoon of ground cumin, I have that. 1 teaspoon of ground black pepper, I have that. 1 teaspoon of crushed chilies. 1 teaspoon of onion powder, I have that. 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, I have that. A 1/4 cup of white vinegar. A 1/4 cup of brown sugar, I have that. A tablespoon of salt, I have that. 2 bay leaves, I don't have that. 20 sheets of 5-inch spring roll pastry wraps, I don't have that. Water for sealing wrappers, I have that. And then 2 cups of vegetable oil, I have that. I don't have a good chunk of these ingredients, but that's okay because we could just make a quick pit stop to the store. I'll see you guys when I get back. Okay, you guys, I'm back. So the first thing is to make the filling. So I need to prep. Okay, to get started, I have my chopping board, my knife. Also have a scraps bowl right here. So like I said, it's supposed to be a small dice, which I think this is a medium-sized carrot, but before we do that, I am going to peel this carrot. Okay, our next prep is our celery. It says 2 celery stalks, diced small. Next, I am going to dice a small russet potato. And to save the worst for last, I am going to cut 1 small yellow onion. Uh-oh. I saw a trick saying if you run it onions under cold water, it's supposed to get rid of the enzymes and make your eyes burn. So I'm gonna hurry up and do that. Okay, now that we're done, that was torturous. Also, my eyes are still burning. Oh my gosh. Anyway, moving on to the next steps of my Wakanda cookbook. So now it's saying to make the filling in a medium saucepan, heat peanut oil over medium heat, add carrot, celery, onion, and potato, cook for 4 minutes, stir occasionally. But as that's doing its own thing, I'm gonna get my seasonings and everything ready. So in my bowl, I am going to add 1 teaspoon of ground ginger, a teaspoon of ground cumin, a teaspoon of ground black pepper. I didn't find any bird's eye chilies, so I'm just gonna use my red pepper flakes. And that is a teaspoon as well. And then 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 2 teaspoons of garlic powder. So here's our seasoning mixtures. So it's been about 4 minutes and everything is starting to look sweatened out a little bit. So now we are going to add our ground beef. The next thing I need is 1/4 cup of brown sugar. They never specified what type of brown sugar, whether it's dark or light, but I am going to use the light. So because the brown sugar is very hard, what I'm gonna do is still measure it out as best as I can. I'm going to put it in the bowl, and I'm gonna take a wet paper towel and cover it. And then I'm gonna place this in the microwave for about 20 seconds. Let's see what we have here. I'm gonna use my teaspoon. Oh, and she's still hard. I'm gonna put her back in for the remainder 10 seconds. It's getting better. 20-second intervals. Let's see. Uh-oh, there it is. Oh, the glass is extremely hot. But she's back. And I'm waiting for her to get completely brown, all the meat, so we can move on to our next step. The meat is brown, and now we can move on to our next step. I will say before I move on to my next steps, I kind of want to drain some of the oil out. So, because remember we have the teaspoon of peanut oil, but the ground beef also extracted oil as well. So what I'm going to do is just take a paper towel and just drain it like that. Also, this is what it's looking like. It smells good even without the aromatics so far. So now I'm going to add my seasonings. I also added a tablespoon of salt. I forgot to mention that. So all the seasonings we put in there. And then the brown sugar as well. As far as the liquids, I need a 1/4 cup of white vinegar. A 1/4 cup of lemon juice. Now I'm just gonna add the 2 bay leaves. And the recipe says after adding the bay leaves to cover and simmer for 20 minutes. And while that's simmering, I'm gonna clean up. It's done simmering. I've already removed it from the heat, and I'm just going to remove the bay leaves out because we no longer need them. And this is what she looks like so far. It says to transfer to a baking pan to cool, so I have a quick little baking pan here. And I'm just going to gonna spread her out so she can start cooling quickly. Okay, so I am now ready to set up. It's been about 20 minutes since letting the filling cool off. And now I'm ready to assemble. So I have my mixture, my cutting board to make the samosas, and then another pan to place it. Also have a bowl of water and then a tablespoon. And it said to cut each spring roll wrapper into 3 equal rectangles going vertically. And then stack the rectangles to cover with a damp towel while folding to keep the wrappers from drying out. I think I'm just gonna go for it. We're just gonna go for it. If they're uneven, oh well. So it says take the first rectangle piece and place it on a cutting board horizontally. Then take the bottom right corner of the rectangle and fold it across to the left to form the first triangle for the pocket of the filling. So take the bottom corner. And then these are very small. Oh my goodness. I knew I should have cut it in half. Boom. And then after that, we're going to take the top of the new triangle and fold it down and across to the left, aligning it with the flat bottom, making a new layer for the pocket. So I believe it's right. Wait. Boom. I'm here. Now how the hell? Take the top of the new triangle and fold it down and across to the left. So boom, boom. And then aligning it with the flat bottom. Cool. cool. And then set it across to the left, aligning it with the flat bottom, making a new layer for the pocket. Pick up the wrapper and 1 teaspoon table filling. So I believe it's, which one? Okay, so I think it's this. I'm worried, it's just so small. Okay, we're gonna take a tablespoon. We're just gonna see, cause gotta open your horizons. Girl, this is too small. This. Actually, let me get, because there's like a pocket with nothing in it. I get a knife to try to fill it. See, is she's not fully filled. There's an extra spot right there, but the next one I know what to do. Yeah. And then fold the pocket across to the left again, leaving a short rectangle. Maybe this is a smidge too much, so I'm just gonna take some out so she can fold a little better. Boom. And then seal off the wrapper and pat with a small amount of water on the end and fold over. Repeat until you used up all the filling. Cool. Let's see. Okay, she's not the best, but it's the first one. But my first samosa is done. Woo! There's a little hole. I fear she might bust open. She's finna bust. Okay, you guys, it's been some time. When I tell you, my back hurts, my shoulders hurt. I don't know how people do it, but I made some samosas. I do have half of the filling left as well as half of the wrappers left, which we'll do that like tomorrow. But this is what they're looking like. They definitely look homemade. It's okay. They're homemade, all right? It adds a little bit of character to them. So I have 2 cups of vegetable oil in my frying pan, and I'm heating my oil up to 350 degrees. And when I cook the samosas, I'm supposed to cook them until they're golden brown on both sides, which is about 3 minutes. So I'm just gonna start sliding them in. I also have a baking rack here lined with paper towels, so once I'm done, I could just transfer it over and they can cool off and all the excess oil can drip. All right, you guys, we are finally done. They smell so good, and I'm so excited to eat them. All right, let's see. Mm-hmm. Mm. 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 Oh my God. Mm. Oh, these are good. I can taste the lemon and the ginger. This is really good. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Mmm. Mmm. These are so good. Mmm. This is worth the hassle of like going around trying to find the spring roll wrappers. Those are fire! Oh my gosh. Let me stop. Let me be, you know, prim and proper before I tear them up on camera. Those are so good. And then it's like it's kind of juicy. It's not dry at all, and it's crispy. I'm gonna tear these things up. Oh! But yes, shout out to the Black Panther Cookbook. I'm excited to make other things that's in here. Mmm. Yes. All right, so I would say making it was easy. The only part that was somewhat challenging was making the samosas. Like trying to make sure the corners fit, and you know, because some of it I was worried that it'll like the filling will bust out, but it didn't. But I was making sure I like pinched the corners and all that. But other than that, this was somewhat an easy thing to make. I wonder what else I'll make, what else the number generator will pick for me. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know, would you ever make this? Would you buy the cookbook? Yeah, I'm excited. I'm ready to eat. I've been saving my appetite all day for this. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment below, like, have you made beef samosas before? If you have any tips or tricks on how to make the samosas, let me know. Please comment also if you have the cookbook and what have you made out of it. But other than that, I'm extremely happy with how it turned out, and I'm about to tear this up. So make sure you like the video, subscribe if you like watching stuff like this, and I will see y'all next time. Bye. Good, golly.